afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to an amazing, riveting and spectacular 1v1 on Kholodny Ferma. In the east, it is SturmtigerGiap fighting for America, freedom, democracy, taking on the role here of the 6th Armored Division with Urban Assault, Armor Company, and Airborne. Triple Limited West. In the west, it is Orangepest fighting for Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 272nd Feuersturm Division here with Overwatch, Feuersturm, and Special Operations with Jaeger and Infantry Bulletins here. SturmtigerGiap immediately committed to Urban Assault, opening up here for Urban Assault equipment, German Assault Kits, Rangers, cover to cover, and the M4 German Calliope preparing to breach the German lines for freedom. Double focus here, focus is recovering out here for Orangepest, a little Kuva there mobilized here forward to the Feuersturm Division. We got here Feuersturm with the Flammhetzer, assault packages, incendiary munitions, Oberblitzes, and rocket barges. Apparently the Feuersturm Division is being reinforced and readied for an offensive itself, for what could possibly be a spectacular bloody battle here. So as always, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. You know, if you do, that make me quite happy. And of course, help with the YouTube algorithm. So any work there, of course, gets 2 thumbs up from me. And of course, you can also consider joining the ranks of many heroic and spectacular patron supporters. These demigods, you know, keep supporting me and kind of like do what I do on a monthly basis. You too can join the ranks. You can just donate for a single time. Links in the description. Anyways, triple rifleman there for Giap, double flush there for Orangepest this time around. We got Sturm Pioneer heading southwards there. We got a bit more northwards, but that's most of the Kuba just driving around there on its own. Sturm Pioneer advancing there, go route scored caught here, and then uncaught as this Sturm Pioneer's back off, realizing this would be a pretty bad engagement until the filters draw in there. Catch the rifle there, now a slightly more pencil-like maneuver, quickly falling back here. Giap realizes this engagement would be a waste of manpower, a waste of American blood, and quickly backs off there to, you know, waste German blood a bit more efficiently. Third route got around there for Giap Space, probably going to receive some tech soon. Lieutenant, of course, would be the standard choice, but who knows, he might be planning the captain. Sturm Pioneer for Severe, he's trying to sort of bait them out of the heavy cover. Of course, Giap is trying to bait them in towards the heavy covers. There's a bit of back and forth here. Route scored here, attacking from the north. Giap's force in the south, or Orangepest force in the south. They're now being sent a bit outgunned here by Giap's force in the south. More troops arriving, and Orangepest has left himself a bit extended, so it's going to be a bit trickier now. He may have to retreat, I think, entirely now as the engagement is quickly turning sour. His moment of opportunity has perhaps passed, slipped through his fingers like fine sand. But no, he's still making an attempt, and there we go. Sturm's getting some shots in, but they are being focused down, and ultimately the engagement is turning in favour of freedom. In fact, we could see the Sturm getting wiped out, which would be a huge blow here to Orangepest in the early game. Meanwhile, the Kubans grab a lot of territory, but yeah, those Sturm Pioneers looking very taut, kaputt, stirbt. Oh, holy smokes, talk about luck. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Sturm Pioneer is going to need a lot of surgery to remove a lot of bullets. Probably a lot of them from his buttocks. Mein Gott, Fritz, how many bullets did you find up there? 35. Mein Gott, those Americans. Yeah. I don't know why, but it seemed like they were aiming all for my ass. It saved my life, but I'll have to use a pillow for the rest of my Leben. And he's going points there, arriving eastwards. Up north, the Kuban sees the point there for Deutschland. We turn on the way there for Giap. Folks lining up, preparing for sort of simpling, shall I say, sufficient momentum to push ahead. They're troops reinforcing. Try out here for Orangepest, slightly mechanized, since people with Feuersturm a lot of the time like to go for mechanized. You can use double blitzes and ambulance, and never as, you know, a way to motorize the infantry. Tragically, but I don't blame them. Fifth car falling out there for Giap after the lieutenant has arrived. Very good. Folks is dragging the south here again. Orangepest keep the pressure. Going to try and threaten here Giap's fuel point. Slow down the Americans. Up north, Kuban picks up the route scored as Giap strikes further northwards. Unwilling to let Orangepest stop him, or for that matter, Kugelwagen. And there goes south engagement boiling up, trying to set up sandbag the position there, but already Giap is ready to strike at the Germans and deny them the fuel point. In the centre, folks coming up here, more troops coming northwards here. Sturm Pioneer going for the route scored there. Mechanized raping going up there for Orangepest. 50 cal arriving there. We'll have to see what he falls, but I'd expect a mechanized command post here. Of course, also worth noting here, once he gets the headquarters upgraded, he can begin equipping his men with MP40s, which would be the, I think, interesting choice here. Kuban then being fixed up by the Sturm Pioneer. Also, there's a lieutenant. It's now being suddenly engaged by 2 Volkswagen squads. Could be 1 here, but Orangepest, of course, we need to focus on the Volkswagen squad here. Could turn things against the Orangepest quickly does retreat, realizing this engagement is going to be a bit of a waste of manpower. Troops bringing up here, 50 cal already. Mechanized ready and almost down there for Orangepest. We got rifle up there as well for Giap's 3 echelons. Mostly having retreated from the centre south there. Kholodny left hold the line. There we go. Orangepest going for a fast looks. Leichte Aufklärungspanzer. Beyond that, we'll have to see, but they do get one full squad fact there. And what has been retreated, being equipped here with MP40s. Turn into more of an assault team there. But they're quickly getting focused down. They'll likely have to retreat before they get that upgrade. We've got Sturmtiger all being routed here. 5th holding up here. Grenade off there. From the rough grenade, that is. Back here, troops reinforcing. Luke's halfway done. Squad making its way back. Racing pushing northwards here. We got 486 with 448. Kholodny moving about. Fulsker's moving ahead. We got Sturmgeisters going for a mix of assault rifles and submachine gun there. Interesting pick there. Most players just tend to commit heavily to either, but Orangepest decides to mix the two. And the Kholodny finally bites the dust in the north here as Giap keeps up the relentless push here for German fuel. There we go. Looks out. Giap here going for the M20 utility car. We'll have to see if he regrets that once he sees the looks and cancels it. In the south, once more Orangepest strikes, once more Germany strikes. Looks like the large squad force from and there goes through a light tank here for Giap here. I imagine that we'll also be seeing weapon racks soon here for some bazookas because the Stuart is just going to easily target what's like going to fill up on the Luke's back, which is going to be the Puma. Luke's moving heading northwards here. Fulton Division, by the way, did not have any tanks attached to them. The closest they could have attached to them, they actually been Hetzers or Stugs as part of their tank destroyer regiment or battalion, in which case they have a small company of those. Though technically, they're likely they just provide actual assault gun support and just, well, basically they're just, to pretend that, normally the artillery still control assault guns. But otherwise, no tanks like this. Those are part, Panzer Division props and to support the Fulton Division. Not uncommon that Panzer Division, by the way, found their equipment scattered out to provide support for infantry divisions, obviously negating a lot of the Panzer Division strengths. As of course, within suddenly scattered all over the damn place. Fulton towards the centre here, stood ready. Ambulance also out there for Giap. Looks being about here. MP40s mostly what he's got equipped. They've got also some assault rifles there. Of course, he needs to get close for the submachine guns, otherwise they're not quite as great. Got looks for dealing with the 5th cal, pushing them back. Northern point being seized. He's going to have to retreat here. There we go. We do have a smoke grenade. Hoping to maybe bait the rifle into the range there. Doesn't work out still. He has got the southern fuel punish and 9 Giap fuel as well there for a brief while. Not too shabby. But I imagine in response to the Stuart light tank, Orangepest will commit to the Puma, and then always down the road he'll probably commit to Ober Blitz as well. Damn it, hiccups. My apologies. My sincere apologies. Stood here pursuing the looks. Grab the northern munitions. Pumas on the way there for Orangepest. We got Sturmpanzers going up here. Possibly the Panzer Panzer Division planning support here for the 272nd Volksbanner Division. Who knows? Rifling about there, we got a 5th cal and number 2 on the way there for Giap to help further deal with infantry. Obviously, a rather, more assault equipped Volksbanner might be causing Giap. There's some concern having 50 cal was in larger numbers and quantity to deal with that. Of course, maybe the plan. But that being said, Giap is not committing heavily to the anti-tank role, and again, that means the Puma could have quite an impact versus Stuart, at which point the Lux is also going to be having quite an impact there. In terms of that point, then Giap has no way of stopping the Lux or the Puma at all. Shooting, quick fixing there. Second 5th cal ready there for Giap. And we do get the bullets out there for Orangepest for Germany. Sturm has rival Lieutenant, Bazooka Noise for Lieutenant. I mean, it does of course give him a bit more anti-tank firepower, but one bazooka is typically not going to cut it. Got the Banner going over there, routing, got the Puma in the 234-2. In the center there, rifle number 5 from the looks. In the south, the assault is reasonably working out there for Giap, though not fully. North side could actually possible push there for Giap to commit to here versus Orangepest. You certainly have some munitions floating about to at least go for some bazookas, but again, the question is whether he wants to commit to that or not, or if he has other plans. I mean, he could also go for the captain, go for anti-tank guns, and maybe consider something. But there you go, we got Rangers out here from Giap. Guessing there'll be Thompsons then. Again, Rangers with triple bazookas, an incredibly powerful force versus both armor and vehicle. Now, we got the Thompsons there, so it seems like Giap's plan is basically act like the Puma and the Lux are not a big deal. Yeah, don't worry, it's just German light armor and vehicles. It's not like, you know, the Puma can hard counter a lot of our early stuff. Don't worry, guys, we got this covered. Just stick close to the one bazooka we got, and you'll be safe. Why assault rifles? He's going for the mix of the half MP40s, half assault rifles there. Well, upgrades. Obviously, there's 5 MP40s and 1 MP40 squad, but only 4 assault rifles in the assault rifle squad. Because they're running up with the Feuersturm in the centre. Surprised we're not seeing more action Giap in the north, but he's probably worried about, you know, extending into that. A counterattack here from the Germans and the Puma and the Lux. Rangers they're going here. It's the Feuersturm is caught in a pretty nasty storm alert here. We could see a possible wipe here if Orangepest doesn't realise what's going on in time. There you go, retreating. But still, he took a lot of damage from the Thompson submachine wielding Rangers. All trying to push a bit northwards there. Good for him. And still not much here going on for Giap. Still not entirely sure what the plan is, except again, seemingly ignore what the opponent is doing. Might course rifles and fast medium armor here versus Orangepest. Since with all the light vehicles and ambulance, I mean, Orangepest has committed very heavily to this. So if Giap can just, you know, push for, say, a shown with bulldozer blades at a reasonable pace here, Orangepest impact may ultimately not last so long. But there you go. Standing up, the Puma lieutenant up the bazooka. We got smoke pop there, and the Puma does escape. Follows the moving ahead, taking advantage of the chaos. There you go, grenades off. And the Sturm plan is... Good lord, this isn't out this time around. They do get wiped. Hurting Orangepest quite a bit. They're up north, got the point there being seized by the Rifle Squad. At least attempted to seize, but they're apparently a bit worried about ground points. See if Frost sneak about here on the flank with the MP40s. Could maybe try and get a wipe in some of the troops there. They've got the 5th come nearby, which may just prevent it, but there you go. Steelhand Grenade into the expected retreat path, but holy smokes, he got the Rangers. That was a great throw there for Orangepest. Thumbs up. Sturm Puny on the way there for Orangepest. And the South Force on the way there, being pushed back again. Sturm being hit. Them to get a second Sturm for Giap. That I can't say expected that, but I mean technically two the light tanks could probably take on a Puma and win, and then, you know, move on to deal with other stuff. Though it definitely seems a bit an unorthodox counter nonetheless, and will require a lot of management. Meanwhile, Orangepest is taking up. He is taking up. Looks going in there. 5 kills. Feuersturm push back the Rifle Squad there. And there you go, Chug out. Halfway to Veteran 2. Stirred out. As the Volksgrenadiers. Quick still on going to the midst. Ooh, nasty hits there. Good grenade there from Orangepest in the centre though. Finding it's also intensifying him. We do get the double Stuart light tank move here by Giap. Definitely an interesting move there. Really committing to some cavalry tactics here versus Orangepest. Let's see if this works out. I mean, if you can catch the Puma with the double Stuarts, this could definitely prove to be nice. We've got the Scrap Punch going up there. Will he flank there? Will he flank with the other Stuart? No, he's not bringing the other Stuart. He could actually lose in the first one then. Rather going to block it at least. So yeah, interesting setup here. Interesting setup. This match is going places we typically don't see most. Obo Command versus American matches. 5th coming in the south, covering up there. Rifle Squad retreating there. Took some nasty hits. We got most of the map under control here of Giap and the 5th Armoured Division. As for Orangepest and the 272nd Feuersturm Division is a bit on the defensive here. Schwerpunkt is up, being authorized. Sehr good. That kid's reinforcing healing. No tech yet for Giap. He does risk being on the slow end here of the armor race here against Orangepest. Looks being fixed up. based off the Panzer II chassis. In fact, they made a lot of things off the Panzer II chassis. As initially, it was actually just meant as like, should I say, tank training console, like to get a hang of, you know, how to make tanks and how to use them. But by the time the war began, they didn't have like enough Panzer IIIs and Panzer IVs, and so the Panzer II was pressed into service. Like they had to produce a lot of chassis, and so you know, they kind of tried to figure out stuff how to still make them relevant as the war went on. So, little fun fact there. Looks like Salford's here. Shooting Salford, booming about. Could see a grenade possibly chucked here at the lieutenants at the building. Well, front grenade could be nasty against Giap. In the south, we got Luke's moving here. Clip being pushed back though. If it actually gets the chance to get pushed back and does just get like annihilated. But there you go, so Latin flank picked up the raft squad here. Damaged engine. Other steward moving in as well, so in case the Puma arrives, he's got 2 stewards here to try and finish it off. But no, doesn't pursue. We got raft coming from the north though, empty field from the building. Do have Molotovs in there, go, chuck them in through the window here to burn out the machine gun crew, grenades off. Stewards moving up here in the centre, back up the echelons. Before backing up north here is where the Puma remains. Lieutenant there held up. And back here reinforcing healing. A lot of action here. A lot of action. Lieutenant versus the Fultz commandeers. Fultz doing a lot of damage, but they're taking a lot of damage more in return out in the open here. Grabbing the Lone Victor with the Sturmpioneer. We got 393, this is 342. Got a nice lead of Orangepest. We got the cap now, pushing into tanks. He's not pushing straight for medium armor here. Meanwhile, Orangepest is starting to get closer to Panzer IV. Like Kedman over there for Orangepest up north, double Stuart strike at the Sturmpioneer. The small cavalry charge here under Giap's command. With the M1 on the way there, halfway done. He could of course use the captain to supervise and speed up. Got the BA on the way there, so he's in the southern point, at least attempting too soon. Filters route here. So yeah, double Stuart to counter the Puma. Interesting. There you go, M1 entertaining that's going to be great with the Puma versus looks, and of course any armor here that Orangepest may decide to chuck at him. Force advancing on the center, then advancing away from the center as they come under fire from the 50 cavalry, which is also covering it. 293, Sophia 42. Stuart's lining up in the center. One from being past Salford to seize territory there from the Krauts. And back here, reinforcement, healing, repairs. Repair parties up there for Orangepest. Thumbs up. Now the sub was committed to no artillery, no pack houses, no mortars, no light infantry guns. Also Stukas and Fuzzers obviously, but so far no artillery either way. So on the map like Kholodny Ferma, artillery in particular would just be quite handy to perhaps make some support and make certain tactics more easy to achieve and pull off. Giap is taking up himself, there we go, got the major on the way. Force line at the center, combining the church with Luke, something to collapse and deny he Giap in machine gun nest position. And in a surprise move, Orangepest is going for the Flammhetzer. Probably with infantry support weapons. Certainly not what you'd expect. You'd think like something like the Panzer IV and the Panther, but Orangepest decided he wants the Flammhetzer. Looks taking nice hit from the M1 anti-tank gun. 257 versus 342. Grab the point there, grab the further northern point. Smokescreen down here, thumbs up to Orangepest. Still moving up, back up to the 50 cal. Shots fired, Fuller's being pushed out, Flammhetzer almost done. Stewards keep missing here though, smoke coming up obviously. And Flammhetzer's right about to arrive in the south to go push with the Fuller's Sturmpioneer. And there you go, Flammpanzer Dynactic Hetzer. Should of course remember to hit the pin mounted MG34. The south this Sturmpioneer routed it. Stewart's moving in. Fulton does the right squad. There we go. Nice grenade. Could see one particularly moves into the retreat path here. At least expect a retreat path in time before Giap retreats. And there we go. Down they likely go. And there you go. That's a nice win there for Orangepest. And so the Flammhetzer's moving up here. It's an upgrade. Lieutenant pinned down to the ground. The Flammhetzer's moving in to clean up the job, I imagine. Entertainer gets good on the Flampanzer, the anti-siege frontal armor. Flampanzer. Adding there the pin-mounted MG-34. Stuart gets good on the Raketenwerfer. South here we got folks with the reactions, backed up to 50 caliber. Quickly pulling that one back for repairs. Boom moving in, Luke's moving in. Up north here, pumping seats there by Giap once more. We got more rifling from there for Giap. No Rangers bother being used to replace the ones lost. Still floating a bit of munitions. Wonder how she's planning. And sometime might be it's not far away from Sherman Island, which can get up in the bullets of place, which is going to be a significant problem for the Puma to deal with due to its increased armor and health. Rifle moving in. Luke's looking for rifle up north. And the Fulk's going to be following up as well. Pushed it on Grenade. Oh, good throw there, but not enough. Looks like a damaged engine. Fifth Cup keeps coming to the center here for Giap, for freedom and democracy. Problem is the advancing Fulton squads here. Some machine guns and assault as they're pushing back the rifle squad. Sherman on the way there for Giap and the 5th Armored. 5th Cup coming up here. Still has the double stewards by way alive. Though they actually really catch the Puma and destroy it, so still hope there for Orangepest. Of course, where to catch it. It could be a bit of a problem there for Orangepest very rapidly, to put it very generously. No call. Oh, he lost the counters, so he could use the counters to bust the construction of the Sherman, push it out a lot faster. Northern pump being seized here by the Fult's gonna deal it. Nice shot there from the Steward on the Puma. Puma shoots, misses, whiffs the shot entirely in the south. They've got Flamheads back up here. The Fult's gonna deal. And the Central American seizing it back here from the Germans. And up north here looks like we get a contact now from Giap. Both stewards moving in there. Puma's nearby, but the steward is could risk losing it. No! Pot smoke just in time. Good hit there from one steward, but it's not enough. Lieutenant almost gets it, but not quite even with the other steward here. And decides not to finish off. In the south, the Flamhead's dealing with 50 caliber. No, it's actually not. It's just standing there. Looks like Orangepest trying handling too much at the moment, so can't win to finish off the job in the south. At least for now. And he's going for Stuttgart, which is not committing to like any tanks here versus Giap yet. Giap's got to show him now. Of course, the upgraded 5th cover right defined here by the Flamhead set. And we got Tillman centering down the position here, collapsing the house and forcing Orangepest machine gun into the open. Stuttgart was almost done. Troops reinforcing. And there we go. Weapon racks finally for Giap. Surprised it took him that long. Yet here we are. Stuttgart was out. Northern point in the south, they got the Major sneaking in there, trying to find some easy targets, but instead finding a bunch of well-equipped Fult's going to be as well, relatively well-equipped. Going on the center, we got the 5th cavalry ready. And further up north here, Lieutenant Chopper here with the looks, slowly approaching Messenger Fleet. Stood nearby, and Stuttgart was fast, it seems we've got to push for the center here. Looks like it's going for the 5th cavalry here, and the anti-tank gun possibly, and there you go. 5th Cavalry crew loses one member, the other guy survives, but he's probably not too happy about it. In fact, goes down here to the advancing Fults with the MP40s, unleashing a torrent of lead, which they cannot survive. There go, grabs the 5th Cavalry, pops a smoke gun as well there, shoots something with the Orangepest, but there goes Sherman arrives to just mess it up here. Should bring up here as well, should probably try and panther fast here, but Kevin, there's nobody who's seen Puma either as well. 5th Cavalry there, good lord, looks like he just might make it Puma in there. Heavy fighting here as Giap is in the warpath here. It's Puma there fires. There we go. Nice shot there in the Steward. Focus what about to go down here though. Another hit in the Steward. Light time. We could see Giap loose. We've got no smoke here from the Sherman to obscure. And there we go. Steward down, but gets the Fult's going to be a squad. Steward keeps punching away. Or Puma keeps punching away. There is now eventually 2. And right now, Giap still continues to punch them up. But there you go. As all this happening, he's made a strike at the base for the Flamhead, sir. Scorching recovering infantry inside of his own base. Cheeky Orangepest. Thumbs up to that. And the center Giap's breakthrough continues here. What Orangepest goes for next? He's got 199 versus Giap's 330. Lieutenant though has perished, expired in the fight against the Nazis. More captain of Orangepest. Sherman moves ahead here. Perhaps the Stuttgart was not the best choice. You're going for a Panzer 4 or a Panzer 5 here versus Giap instead. Giap thinks you could commit more armor. Instead would benefit from something like a pack counter mortar. But of course, he is playing Urban Assault, and the M4 Sherman Calliope, of course, is an option here to consider as well in sort of blasting his way through Orangepest equipment and infantry. But the victory point bleeding continues here. Crew moves ahead. Machine gun holding out there. Troops heading southwards. Germany repairs pool moving in there. Shot bounces. As expected, with Sturmtiger advancing on the center, going to seize that from the armies in the south. Another attempt to push here with a recent amount of infantry backing it up, but with the sword lights in nearby, the assault still ends up working out quite simply because of the sheer amount of firepower these individual forces will compare to the rival squad. And this is where, you know, Giap's lack of BARs, for example, is really starting to show because, again, like the infantry just with M1 Garants cannot individually match these heavily equipped troops under Orangepest command. The center Stuttgart goes off, blasts some trees, squirrels, and maybe some Americans. Yes, gets 3, but gets 30 squirrels as well. The screams drowned out by the, well, screamers of the rockets. Stuart moving up, Peace John backing up. Has lost one Stuart though. A small win there for Orangepest. Giap the really should go for some armor. We got 149 for 327. Orangepest desperately trying to gain control of the situation. He's overall though still has to think a larger force now. Giap. I mean he's been able to handle those things correctly, get some wipes here and there. He has suffered a lot of wipes himself, and there you go. Ranger scored out. Will he equip those for Thompsons? Will he go for the triple bazookas? And will he, for that matter, just remember to use the weapon racks? Kenneth lands a nice hit, gaining veterans 1 there. The Sherman suffers significant hits. They're up north, creations routed by the looks, and several stout German infantrymen. Still nothing. Oh, there we go. Looks like he's finally remembered he has weapon racks he can actually do stuff with. Moving in there. I imagine the major's going to be equipped with bazookas, the rest equipped with BARs. Okay, to the rough fort in the centre. So I'm starting to think of an easy pressure point there for Giap. There you go, BARs out. Major moving in, going to grab some himself a bazooka, and a second one to catch the resource for that. Molotov against the Sturmtiger. Oh, no, mine looks like with the Molotov they in fact got denied even the munitions to grab 150 cal. A bazooka suggests like looks stupid, and he's like, you know, sorry, I thought I had the munitions. I left my other wallet back at home in the United States. MG34 hit 50 actually storming the Rangers there, pretty much putting a dent into Giap's plans. Up north, he troops moving in against the Fusiliers. And now with a lot of BRs, he has some more firepower. We've got one bazooka he can grab, looks as the Stuart. And we got the Calliope out there for Giap. Some rockets in the center. We've got Lionhead being pushed back slowly as well here by Orangepest. We got 149 versus 285. Troops setting out. Okay, they're routed. Got the Stuttgart fires again. Some minor hit. Oh, that was much more impactful. The tank in fact went down, opening up for a push here by Orangepest straight through the center. And tank could be seized or just destroyed. But this is actually a big problem there for Giap. The center's now wide. Then we got the Sherman moving up there. The Kevin's opening up on the M1. Flampanzer just moves ahead here. Up north, the assault continues, but already there. You can see the elements being withdrawn to assist here with the defense of the center, which is collapsing rapidly. North of the assault will seem to be slowly called off here as Giap's forces are being cut down to size. The Kevin went on the Sherman. Sherman was at still nonetheless. Almost gets the Kevin, but needs to be careful not to push any further. Puma actually gets a pension hit on the Sherman. A Kevin for the crew does expand and far south. You've got the full sneak about ground points here. Out from under Giap's nose though. Really aggressive play by Orangepest is working spectacular here versus Giap, who's trying to maintain pace with them, particularly with the loss of the anti-tank gun. Another hit from the Stuart there on the Puma. Need to get the other Sherman in there, so Systics is still heavily damaged. Can understand he may not be keen on it, but almost gets it here. Could probably move in and finish it off here, but oh, so close there. In the end, backs off to the Fusiliers. Very close to the Stuart. Oh, I mean, Puma is barely operable. I mean, one, like, you know, sneeze and the entire thing's going to blow out. Like the Hindenburg. Oh, he's actually pushing it. The Sherman wants to move ahead. Actually, where might just try and fire Calliope back in the general direction. He could take it up, and instead Takes a break on the Calliope and holds it back. In fact, he's yet to fire it. He's called it in some minutes ago, but Giap has yet to use it. That's a bit awkward. Meanwhile, Shem being fixed up here. This is a northern victory point, but the situation for Giap is actually looking pretty rough now. It went from being very much controlled to now it's Orangepest who's seemingly back to dictating the pace of this match, though he could still, I think, benefit from his armor. Panther 4 would do great, though he's not far off technically from a Panther. His only issue, in fact, at this point is actually less resources by population. Major there taking stinging losses from the looks, which is very, very close to Team 3. Because of first fires again into the base here of Giap, looking to snuff out some unfortunate American lives. This time around, not too much damage done, and mostly casualties are in the realm of the squirrels. Two coming up here for the center. Northern point being seized. Sherman there. Coming up there. Sherman's switching attack close around. Perhaps not the greatest timing for it. Got 200 points left here for Giap. Calliope is still ready to fire. I'm still surprised that Giap has yet to unleash the wrath of the M4 Sherman Calliope against Orangepest. Orangepest putting there gaining Mexican 4. In the south here, Rangers cleared out the 5th cavalry, regaining here for America. Small win there for Giap here in an otherwise tumultuous time. And far, far up north, we got the Superman about the ace level 7 kills. MB44 up the center here. We got 149 to 187. Orangepest starting to catch up with Giap once more with the Americans. 5th cavalry joining in here. Of course, got the one based in the south. Stuart bringing with Shem support here. 149 to 175. MB44 is about to get host out, and there you go. Dead. That does mean I think Orangepest could have to go for the Panther now, though he's so technically, theoretically not far off from a King Tiger, though he'd have to do a bit more work for that one. So Panther could just be the better choice. Can actually leave Giap, I think, in a bit of a pretty tight spot here. Calliope finally firing. There you go. The retreating troops. Rockets screaming down. The world exploding. Troop close being wiped out here. Casualties piling up. We could see what happens in the Fulton Community squad unless Orangepest gets very lucky, and apparently he does get very lucky. Giap's almost got control over victory points again here. Luke's gaining actually 3. Major there with his bazookas trying to stop it. Well, his bazooka. Apparently it's not plural. And there we go. Orangepest finally coming here to the Panther. The Panther come fighting Finn. Flamheads 52, 15 kills. In the center then another Riker strike off. And Giap's forces hastily pulled back in disarray. 5th cover there with the Rangers. Guarding the southern victory point. Ready to repulse any crouch with extreme violence. There you go, straight to the 50 count. Sherman on the way there for Giap. Panther, though, is almost done there for Orangepest. We got 135 to 165. Close to the advancing. Panther right about down there for Orangepest. Steel Handgranate and Roughneck team close to the Fultons and the MP40s. No, of course, the ace levels. They don't really have an impact. In fact, obviously the Rough squad getting immediately wiped out because of that. And the South Flank has been to deal with the 5th kill there, burning it out there. 16 kills. Sherman number 2 almost done, and we got the Panther ready there for Orangepest, Germany, Deutschland. Panther pulling heads here, Panther backing up, I imagine soon enough. Smoke's being deployed here as Giap hurriedly pulls back his tanks. The South Flank heads to strikes as well there. It's a full-on rallied push here, Orangepest railing through here. Giap's lines, there's nothing now to hold back. Stewart gets knocked out to the Puma, and the Panther strikes. Sherman number 1 exposed as the first one, or the second one arrives. Blah, so much going on, them trying to say so much and just utterly failing. But yeah, looking pretty disastrous here for Giap. Flamhead suggesting with infantry the Panther further, pushes ahead here, breaching the lines. Sherman's about to get knocked out here, infantry being demolished. Flamhead to their close of 83, 20 kills. Units being annihilated, no mercy shown here. Panther falling a bit back, got the Puma moving in here. And the look strikes one there, go GG, game over. Giap's base is in chaos. He retreats, allowing Orangepest has claimed victory. A brutal, spectacular match with some nice unorthodox tactics strategy from both sides. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. This has been Pro LinkedIn. Cheers, thank you for watching, and hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.